Hey, good Tuesday evening, everyone. State Representative Brad Halbrook joined with State Representative Leader Chairman of the Illinois Freedom Caucus, Chris Miller, and the State Director of the Illinois Freedom Caucus, Colin Mosley. Welcome to our Tuesday night roundtable. And of course, this is the last day of summer, if I understand it right. This is, we're bumping up against the autumnal equinox tonight and a lunar eclipse at 9:44 p.m. And gentlemen, here's a little trivia for you. So this is the harvest moon tonight. How do you determine whether it's the September or October full moon is the harvest moon? How do you determine which one that is? You guys know the answer to that?
Yeah, I do.
I didn't until last night.
Important to follow the science on this stuff.
Well, science in our business is really, really important. So I thought we would share this scientific astrological knowledge tonight before we got into it, to know that, let people know that we were serious about our subject matter. But no, it's the full moon that is closest to the autumnal equinox will determine whether they call it the harvest moon or not. Okay, got it? Next month it will be the full moon will be the hunter's moon. So with that, all right, you guys all good?
Yeah.
Hey, let's get into our well, I just want people sitting on the edge of their seats here, and I'm sure that they can't wait till the next slide. So here we go. Next slide. We're going to talk about how a corn crop is ruined for solar panels and a second assassination attempt on President Trump just here this past weekend. Representative Miller, you posted some pictures here. I think this is maybe over in East Central Illinois. What's going on here in this slide?
Well, my sources tell me that the solar field is going in here north of one of the local towns, and the moisture content on this corn is almost 40%, not quite, just about. And so none of the local elevators will take it. Their cutoff is about 25. And so the rumor is that they're dumping this corn on the ground. There's 12 to probably 16,000 bushels of corn dumped on the ground, something like that ballpark. And they say that they're going to take that and dump it in the local landfill so they can get their precious solar panels up and continue to help enrich the Chinese to conquer the world.
Wow, that's an amazing story. So, so roughly worth $4 a bushel. This is a substantial loss, and I would assume ultimately the taxpayers are paying for this crop damage, the disposal of it. They're paying for the solar fields, they're paying for the installation. One way or the other, this is an expense to taxpayers, not only in this region but across the nation. You believe that to be a true statement?
Yeah, once again, the taxpayers here in the great state of Illinois get the bohica as radical Democrats continue to destroy the economy in our great state and by doing dumb things. And it's just incredible. There's the title that the State House in Springfield is very well deserved. The Bad Idea Factory. Right. And this is just another bad idea brought to you by the radical party on the left side of the aisle.
Exactly.
I'm blown away, as if it's not bad enough that we're covering up prime farm ground with solar panels. Now we're destroying crop, to make way for it. And the thing is, you're $40,000, $50,000. Someone's paying for that.
Right.
Whether it be through the crop mechanisms or just because there's so much money in government subsidized Chinese solar, but either way, someone's making money off this deal. But it's just honestly, it's sickening. It's sickening to just watch food be destroyed for the green bad deal.
Well, and just as we point out the hypocrisy of the left, this is the same group of people that not very long ago would kind of say, hey, about ethanol, or the reason why not to do ethanol is because we're taking food to make fuel. Okay. And so now we're dumping food on the ground and they're for fuel, and they're quite okay with it.
No, it's unbelievable. And the thing that we've been concerned in the Ag Committee about the urban sprawl where they're putting houses on prime farm ground, and now this is a double whammy because they're covering literally thousands of acres with a tax subsidized, very expensive non-solution with these Chinese solar panels, because they will never be able to have baseload generation using this Chinese product. It just won't happen.
Right. Exactly. All right, gentlemen, let's bring in our next slide here as we talk about recent news here over the weekend, and with the second assassination attempt on the President Trump. Representative Miller or Colin, any thoughts here?
Go ahead, Chris.
Well, this is just another case of the incompetence of the Secret Service, and you have to really. I'm trying to think. Look at all this with an extremely skeptical eye, because never in my lifetime have I witnessed anything like what's going on right now. And the Democrats just continue the rhetoric, just day after day. And there's enough crazy people out there that they keep spewing all this venom. I know that a local Democrat threw their trash in the ditch that I stopped to pick up, and it had a promotion letter in there from the Democrat National Committee, and so I opened it and read it. And after I read the Democrat propaganda, I even hated the Republicans there for a little bit till I came to my senses. but I mean, it's just unbelievable, the poison. They have nothing to sell except hate, because they have no policy victories. They've done nothing but make life worse for everyday Americans. And so all they can do is try to condemn and criticize the greatest president of my lifetime, Donald Trump.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, and gentlemen, as we move into the next slide, I want to welcome Representative Dan Calkins from Decatur to tonight's roundtable. Dan, welcome to the event.
Greetings. Sorry, a little late here. Had a little car issue here we were taking care of this morning.
Yeah, I understand. Well, thanks for taking time. So a week and a half or so ago, we were able to be in Dallas, Texas for the first State Freedom Caucus Network Summit. I hope I got it all in there correctly, in Dallas, Texas. 12 different states were in attendance, over 100 lawmakers, members of Congress, many others. It was a great event. Dan, since you just joined us, maybe I'll just throw it up. If you got a minute to comment on what you've seen and done there, and then maybe Chris and Colin, and then we'll move on.
Well, it was very encouraging to be able to meet and listen to the stories from other states, or their freedom caucuses are doing just yeoman's work. We're a little envious of some of them, what they've been able to accomplish, particularly Louisiana, and I think Oklahoma, South Dakota. Those states are just going gangbusters. But I think the message is that you have to stand up. You have to stand up to the establishment, no matter whether you're in the minority, super minority, or the majority. We are charged, and our core beliefs carry us through. That we have to stand up for our principles. As Chris so often says, we have those three guiding documents that keep us on the straight and narrow. So I was really enthused, and I wish that they had filmed it so that we could show it to some of our other members, just how effective the Freedom Caucus could be. We get to work with each other. I don't know, Chris. I mean, you were you were involved in some of the leadership meetings. What did you come away with?
Well, some of the common thread that links all of the state freedom caucuses together is the ultimate goal is, the only reason why we exist is because Republicans quit acting like Republicans, and they forgot at least two of the defining documents: the Republican Party platform and the Constitution. And I know that we usually throw the Word of God in there also just for good measure, but they have not paid attention to those documents, and so the state freedom caucuses exist to try to rally the troops and bring them back into focus to pay attention to actually what these documents say to us, and then govern accordingly. But all of the, even in the red states, the members are continually fighting the swamp and the establishment to try to get them to vote right and behave correctly. So it's a like I always say, the fight for freedom never ends, and it's not any. But at least there's been a mechanism that's been raised up to push back against this stuff.
Right. And Colin, you were there as a state director, got to commingle with your other directors across the nation, and got a picture here with Senator Ted Cruz. And of course, we're pictured there with Congresswoman Mary Miller from East Central Illinois. Many of us know her. And then, of course, Chip Roy from Texas, Congressman Chip Roy, that has led the charge for the SAVE Act out in D.C. this spring and still leading the charge this summer on that. Colin, what was your take and perspective on things?
Well, the greatest thing is this is the first time that we've all been able to get together as one network and as one Freedom Caucus Foundation, and the connections that exist that many of us didn't even know about. Partner organizations that were there: PragerU, America First Legal, Gun Owners of America, Culture Index. All these people that have reminded us they're willing to help us in these fights. That's what makes us even more powerful and strong. Even in a minority state, when we can bring in these expert people from different various backgrounds to back us up on these things, like we did with Riley Gaines's organization. So, that was a good reminder for me and for all of us that the resources that are available and the partnerships that are available, because we're conservatives, which, as Chris said, a couple 100 years ago, we would just be Republicans. And today we're the Freedom Caucus because our party's lost its way. And so it was an excellent event. So good to see everyone, and really walked away feeling good and feeling motivated to get out and do more good work.
Yeah. And Colin, before you get away, let's just talk about our live in-person town hall coming up here early in October. Here's a flyer. You can find out more about it on our website or Facebook. So any details here that we need to know about the Champaign County Town Hall?
Well, Champaign's going to be a great town hall at their GOP headquarters, October 8th. Should also have put on here, and I will next week, we're going to have a town hall in Randolph County and a town hall in Adams County. Those dates are being worked on. Both will most likely be in early October as well. So look for those to come. Okay.
And then this is where you can find us if the slide will change and show our website and Substack. And Representative Miller, I know you talk a little bit about how money is the mother's milk of politics. Here's a web page where they can contribute and be a part of our effort. Any closing thoughts here from anyone as we bail out for this evening?
Absolutely. We need your help fighting this battle. If you can link arms with us and help us out financially, if you can attend events, if you can like and share our content, all those different vehicles that you can use to help us spread the news is extremely helpful. So, and we thank you for your support and what you've been doing. And I just would pray that you would continue to see the need to continue to partner with us as we endeavor to persevere.
Exactly. And gentlemen, I think with that, well, let's just leave it with that. Chris has done a great job closing us out. And with that, again, appreciate you joining us, and we'll talk to you real soon.